What is up? What is up? Happy Friday. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm getting ready to make some lunch, and I just posted a reel talking about 4 things that I have ate over the past 90 days to have lost, which is crazy just to think about, but to have lost 23 pounds and over 20 inches over the past 90 days doing the GBXFit program. Okay, so using the mental wellness products and the GBXFit supplement, and then also following loosely the GBXFit plan from the nutrition standpoint. And again, I am just about 6 months postpartum. I am breastfeeding. I'm exclusively pumping. So I'm not trying to diet. I'm not trying to restrict calories. I'm not doing anything crazy in that sense, because it just wouldn't be what was best for my body right now. So I just kind of want to share a little bit about what I wrote in the caption of the reel that I shared. And then I'm going to share with you some things that I specifically eat and why. So if this is interesting to you, I would love to know. Just tell me in the comments if this is something that you are wanting to grow in, you care about, you're interested in. So in the post, I said that I was a health nut who had been down the rabbit hole and out the other side. And I have been in the health and wellness space and really passionate about health and wellness and nutrition and kind of just learning all of these things for well over a decade now. And I have done everything when it comes to just experimenting and trying and testing different things with nutrition, with different supplements, with gut health, with detoxes, I've literally been down the rabbit hole and am now out the other side. And one thing that I've found, and if you are this type of person who, maybe you're not a health nut, I wouldn't say that I've tried every diet that there is, but I definitely have tried, lots of different healing protocols or supplement regimens or, nutrition plans and different things like that. And maybe you have your own version of that, where you've tried a lot of different things. And what you've found is that everything works until it doesn't. And that's been the case for me, where, I've tried different things and they've worked for a period of time, or it was manageable, probably more than anything. Like I could do a specific thing. I could eat paleo, or I could be sugar-free, or I could be keto, or I could do prolonged fasting. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. But that's what I did after my last postpartum season, to kind of break through weight loss resistance, was prolonged fasting. And, it's manageable and it works until it doesn't. And I think that is a very common thing just in a lot of the conversations that I have with people around this topic, is that, a lot of these things, they work until they don't. And last summer I was pregnant, and I was walking and listening to a podcast from Dr. Carolyn Leaf, and she was talking about the mind-body connection and some of the things that we're learning, and Sean Model talks about this a little bit too. There's a lot of people kind of in the health and wellness space that are talking about this, but about the mind-body connection and how the thoughts that we have and our beliefs, right, the things that we think about what we're doing, whether that's exercise. If we believe exercise is not effective, it will be less effective. If we believe exercise is effective, like the thing that we're doing, it can be more effective just based off of our thoughts and our beliefs. And the same thing goes with nutrition. The things that we're eating, right? They did studies basically, and this is crazy to me to even think of how they do this, but they did studies where they offered up milkshakes to people and told them, okay, this milkshake is a healthy milkshake. It only has 70 calories. And it actually wasn't. It was a, full fat, 500 calorie milkshake. But the person that ate the milkshake thinking that it was healthier versus the person who ate the milkshake knowing what it actually was, they metabolized fewer calories and had less of a metabolic spike, essentially. Like their blood sugar stayed more stable, and they had less of an impact on their health, on kind of like the health markers, based off of their thoughts and beliefs around what it was that they were eating. Okay, so this is one of those things where if we are constantly like dieting, right, and we are, or even if we're exercising and we have a belief that in order to hit XYZ goal, it has to be grilled chicken, rice, and steamed broccoli. And there can't be any fun. And if I have any fun, if I have chocolate, if I have ice cream, if I have, anything flavorful and delicious, that's unhealthy, right? And that's not serving my body. So the only thing that's going to keep me healthy is eating this, nutrition plan that's like not sustainable, probably not fun, and actually like not good for your body. You are going to make it harder, right, for you to see results. Like you're going to have more of a blood sugar reaction to the foods that you're eating if they're kind of off your plan, or they're more unhealthy, quote unquote unhealthy. Same thing with exercise. Like if you don't believe that just walking every day, which there are so many studies, I don't know if you know this, and you can tell me in the comments if you do. There are so many studies that show that just walking for 30 minutes a day, just go for a walk, just a moderate walk, that is effective enough for you to see results within your metabolism, weight loss, and even like building muscle and maintaining muscle mass, right? So even just something as simple as walking, you don't have to do intense workouts. You don't have to, be lifting weights and doing all of these crazy things. Yeah, that stuff is awesome and it helps, but it's not the only thing that's going to help you see results, right? But a lot of it is what we believe around what we're doing. So this is where like diet culture has come in and sold us all of this BS that's unattainable. It's not a lifestyle that most people want to live, right? That is attainable for most people. And it's not something that a lot of times we can keep up for long periods of time. And so we're just kind of like set up to fail in that sense of where if we have these thoughts and these beliefs around what it is that we're doing, of like that this isn't healthy, or it's not the best way, or only the best way is really strict and really regimented, when that's actually not true just from like a science standpoint. But diet culture has told us this thing. Like tell me in the comments if this is making sense, right? Where diet culture has told us we need to live on 1,200 calories, we need to not have any sugar, we need to, be low fat, low whatever, like just everything bland, boring, plain, and as little as possible in order to be healthy or lose weight. Right? That's what diet culture has told us. That's not what the actual science tells us. That's not what research tells us. And so we form these beliefs around what it is we should be doing, and it's not attainable and it's not even true, right? But then that can make what we're doing less effective. Okay. So when I learned this, it was like, okay, this is really cool. So then what I need to do, and honestly what you would need to do if you are wanting to, figure out like whether it's losing weight, right? I just had a baby 6 months ago, and I have probably another, 5 to 10 pounds to go before I'm at my most confident, ideal body shape, body size, all of the things. And wherever you're at on your journey, if you're just trying to figure things out so that you don't have to feel like you're on a diet anymore in order to maintain where you're at, or you want to have more energy, or you want to have more vibrancy, or you do want to lose weight, you want to go through this process and kind of figure out, what does that look like for you? What are you specifically after? So I did this for myself when it came to nutrition. What was it that I wanted when it came to nutrition? Well, I wanted energy first and foremost. I wanted to be able to have like simplicity, because I have a business, a large business that I'm building and growing. I have 3 kids, I have animals, I have a life outside of just thinking about what it is that I'm eating and feeding all of the people that I get to feed. And so I want something simple. So that was important to me. I wanted flavor and fun. I'm a foodie, and comment foodie if you are as well. Like I love food, and I love exploring different tastes and different styles of food. And it's something that my husband and I, you're a foodie too. Yeah, we went to a really fancy restaurant last night, didn't we? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'm a foodie and I want to have like flavor and fun and variety in my food, and I wanted to, in my nutrition and what I'm eating. I didn't want to feel restricted, and I wanted it to be something that I could sustain, that I was setting a good example for the two little girls and the little boy that I'm raising. And I wanted, just long-term results. And so I thought about those things and it was like, okay, what does that look like for me, right? And I developed my own mental wellness plan, right? Of what do I need to focus on in order for the goals that I have? Well, I want energy for my body, protein, fat, and lots of good fiber and micronutrients. That's what's gonna give me the most energy, is focusing first and foremost on protein and making sure that I know what do I like to eat when it comes to protein, what makes sense for me. So I like to eat salmon, I like to eat chicken, I love to eat, really good quality beef. I like plant-based proteins as well. So kind of exploring and trying different things. And I like lentils, I like quinoa, right? So what I like, you may not like, but you can go through this process and figure this out for yourself as well. So making sure that I know, okay, what are the things that are high in protein that I like to eat that I can put in rotation on my meal plan, and the things that I'm going to gravitate towards. I love having a good smoothie, right? So how can I find different recipes or different things that I like so I'm enjoying the food that I'm eating, and it's giving me what I want, which is energy, which is, again, flavor, variety, all of those kinds of things. Okay, so I want energy. I want flavor and variety. I want, again, to set a good example and not to be restricted and to have that flexibility. So for me, again, protein, figuring out what that looks like. Fiber, we all need fiber. Especially if you're focusing on just the mental wellness lifestyle and focusing on gut health and focusing on just feeling good from the inside out, working towards figuring out how to have more fiber in your diet. And that's something that a lot of times needs to be a slow progression, but increasing your fiber and getting more variety and the types of vegetables, fruits, seeds, and I'm going to share with you a couple of the things that I'm eating that are just, I like the way they taste. You may not, and it may not be a good fit for you, but I like the way these things taste. And I learned this through experimenting over time, thinking about what's the goal, how do I want to feel, what foods fit into those categories, and what can I try to figure this out for myself. So fiber, fat, right? If you're a woman, you have hormones, your hormones need fat. We need to be eating good types of high quality fat in our diet within reason, right? I'm not a keto person. I'm not a high fat person. I'm reasonable in all areas. But that's what works for me. And then there's gotta be fun in there. Cause again, I'm a foodie and tell me if you are as well. But I like flavor, I like variety. I need to not feel restricted. I need to not feel like I'm on a diet. I need to feel like this is something that I can do, and I can do this for the rest of my life, right? And so if I eat some chocolate, or if I have dessert, or whatever the thing, the milkshake, right? The thing that in our mind, diet culture has told us, you cannot eat this thing, right? And tell me what that is for you in the comments. You cannot eat this thing and still look the way you want to look. That's not true. You cannot eat this thing. You can't eat it every day. It can be the only thing that you eat, but you should be able to enjoy all different types of food, and your body have resiliency to be able to enjoy a piece of chocolate and it not destroy everything that you've done. And here's the kicker, okay? When we think about, what we think about the foods and the things that we're putting into our body or we're doing to our body, what we think changes how that actually affects our body. If you think, I'm going to eat this cookie, and you're stressed about it, it's actually going to make you have more of a blood sugar response than if you just didn't have any thoughts or feelings about having that cookie and you just had the cookie. If you have the cookie and you're like, this is good for me because it's part of my plan and it's something that's adding to my nutrition and adding to my goals as far as what I'm eating, you're going to have less of a blood sugar response, right? Which is going to have just a whole effect across your body. So what we think about the foods that we're eating can change the effect that we have on them, and it can change our habits and our behavior around all of that. That would be just like a whole conversation on all of that, but including fun. Hey, Jen, and I know you get this, Jen. So including fun, including things that you like that maybe diet culture has told you isn't healthy, right, into your life, because you get one life. You get one life and you get one opportunity to live it. And I just think, like, for me, I'm like, if I get to the end of my life and I wasted so much time worrying about, you know, having a piece of chocolate or enjoying a cookie or having dessert or having seconds of spaghetti or whatever, like if I spent so much time worrying about those things so that I could look a certain way or I could be healthy or I could, you know, check the box of whatever, like I missed the point of living my freaking life, right? I want to have energy, vitality, like all the things. I want to feel good. I want to look good in my jeans. I want to, all of the things, have the confidence. But is it really worth it, right? To buy into all of these, you know, diet culture, like lies, and then to get to the end of your life and be like, wow, I wasn't living, right? I'm not going to do that. And that's why I've kind of went through and made this kind of a plan for myself. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you what I'm having for lunch, and then I'm going to make it and I'm going to eat it, not on live video with you, but I'm going to go and enjoy it. Okay, so I grabbed some greens, so fiber, right? I'm always switching out the types that I get so that I get a lot of variety. So every time we go to the store, just try buying a different type of greens or salad mix or whatever, and adding that in. I've got some bright rainbow mix microgreens. So another just good little piece of variety of fiber and micronutrients that I throw in there. We had some leftover roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon and balsamic. So those were leftovers, threw them in there. I've got a little bit of salmon. So this is protein and healthy fats that I'm going to cut up and put in there. I'm going to do a little bit of avocado, so fiber and healthy fat in this. I'm going to throw in a little bit of feta. So I would consider this fun, right? I don't know that there's one specific health benefit here, but I like the taste of it. So I'm going to throw a little bit of feta in there. I'm going to put some beets. So these are already marinated, already cooked. And this is the garlic herb. These are so stinking good. This is a little bit of fun and fiber, and then really good for hormone health. So for women, this is eating beets, eating carrots, eating different things like that. Really good for hormones. I'm going to throw in some Kalamata olives and some artichoke quarters. So it's gonna, and then I'm gonna top it with this Greek dressing, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited just talking about this. I'm like, I gotta get off here so I can make this and eat this stinking thing, because it's just making me hungry talking about it. But yeah, I hope that you got some value out of this. I hope this was a good conversation to have. And if you are kind of in the process of figuring out what this looks like for you, you know, step one is just to figure out, like, what is it that you're after? You know, is it just a jean size and you don't care about anything else? Or is it energy? Is it confidence? Is it vitality? Is it good skin? Is it good hair? You're going to need some nutrients in your body to have good skin and good hair, right? You need some micronutrients and good gut health for those things. Is it more muscle? You're going to need some protein for that. Is it better brain power? You're going to need some protein. You're going to need stable blood sugar, which you're going to get that from protein, fiber, and fat. You are going to need, again, micronutrients. You're going to need all of those kinds of things based off of what it is that you're actually after. If it's hormone health, if it's, you know, think through that for yourself and make your own decision. And it should look like your plan should match your goals, your lifestyle, your traditions, your taste buds, right? your comfortability in the kitchen. All of those things, like what you eat and how you figure this out is going to look a little different from me, but I just want to encourage you to like think through those things and start to, you know, break up with the beliefs and things that you've been told by the diet industry over the years, because a lot of it just flat out doesn't match up with the science and the research, and especially when we take into account like the mind-body connection, and all of the things that we're learning about just our microbiome and our thoughts and how our thoughts affect different things in our body and all of that. So I hope this was valuable to you. If it was, let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.